yoga session. Hope everyone is doing well. First thing we're going to start with, if you feel comfortable to sit on the floor on a mat, or if you prefer, I'd like you to just grab a seat or a chair that's comfortable to sit on that. We'll begin by a simple breathing exercise this afternoon. When you're ready, just simply close your eyes and just notice your breath. Notice if it's deep or shallow, how fast you're breathing. If you feel comfortable, you could put one hand at your heart and one hand on your belly, just to feel the movement of your chest as you breathe. As well, we're doing this breathing exercise, I invite you to try to relax your face, your shoulders, all the muscles in your body. Let the tension slide away. Let go of things that no longer serve you. Just focus on the breath. More breath. Relax. You can both hands to your knees. Okay, sorry, I lost video there for a little bit. We'll go back to excuse me, I had to just close the door. We'll go back to some neck stretches. So at your own pace, we're gonna let our right ear come down to our right shoulder. Making sure to breathe for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Gently back up to middle. And now we're going to switch sides. Our left ear down to our left shoulder, making sure not to shrug your shoulders, keep them nice and relaxed. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Again, while we're seated, I have a chair on the mat. We're going to do some arm stretches. So I'll ask you to raise your right arm and then stretch it towards the left side of the room. Whatever feels right for your body, you can go as far as you feel, so you feel a nice stretch in the side body. And just hold it there, making sure to breathe. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And back to middle. We're going to switch sides. This time stretching our arm to the right side of the room, your left arm. Feeling that nice stretch on the side body for 5, 4, 3, 2. You can go a little further, 1, just back to middle. Now let's just do some shoulder shrugs. So just kind of feel the tension, kind of pull it up to your ears and hold it. Inhale and then exhale all the way down. Do that a few more times. Shoulders all the way up, holding it, and are releasing all the stress and tension away. Making sure we're breathing. Do this a couple more times. And then last time, shoulders all the way up. And then blowing it away. So still in a seated position, I invite you to turn towards your right side, keeping your neck nice and level with your body, just turning with your torso more. So we're just gonna go comfortably as we can, as gently to be careful not to hurt yourself. Twist to the right and hold it there. You can close your eyes or keep your gaze at something and counting down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Be very careful coming back to the middle, not to go quickly. And now we're switching sides. So again, nice and gently turning towards your left. Making sure to breathe. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back to middle. Check time. We're gonna switch over. If you feel like it's in your practice today, I invite you to come down to your mat. We're gonna do some cat-cow. So again, we're gonna do that angry Halloween cat with bringing our spines up toward the ceiling. And then inhaling with bringing our navel down to the mat, or its belly drops towards the mat, and breathing in, and then blowing it away. Do that for a few more times at your own pace. Doing a nice stretch. Making sure that your wrists are comfortable. If you need any extra padding, you can put something under your hands for support. Spreading your fingers out on the mat. Making your shoulders are nicely over your elbows, over your wrist. Do that for a couple more times. Meeting in tabletop position. We'll do a little bit of a strengthening again as we've done last week. So we'll do extending our right arm if you feel like it's in your practice. If you feel like you can bring your left leg back and hold it on the mat, or you can elevate it up if you want to have that nice extension, and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Making sure your back foot is flexed. And then coming back to tabletop, neutral spine. See if I can move it a little bit so it's easier to see. Apologize for that shift the camera here. Trying to get used to a new setup this week. And this time we'll transition over to our left arm out. Opposite arm, so the left arm, keeping it nice with the pinky facing the floor, the mat. And you keep your right leg just gently toes on the floor or the mat, or you can elevate it and hold it there using your core strength. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and coming back to neutral. We're gonna do a little bit of a strengthening exercise. We're gonna bring our legs back, extend them, and if you feel like you're want to do you can do your version of plank, so either keeping your knees on the floor for support or doing knees off the mat if you feel like that's in your practice, and holding that for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then we'll come back to child's pose to feel a nice stretch in our back. You can massage your forehead on the mat while you're doing this, feeling the tension roll away. Take a nice deep breath and blow it away. And then we're gonna switch over to standing. So we'll use down dog as a transition to feel free to pedal your feet. Do whatever movements feel right. And then your own pace, you can bring your feet forward. So we're gonna meet in standing. We'll do mountain pose. So I'll ask you to keep your feet about hip width apart with our palms facing forward, making sure our shoulders are relaxed, making sure that we feel grounded to the floor, grounded to the earth beneath us. While we're here, we'll take a few breaths in and out. Now I'll invite you to interlace your fingers, or putting one hand around your wrist and raising your hands up together towards the ceiling. And then we're going to stretch together towards the right side, making sure you feel a nice stretch in the side body. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Gently back to the middle. Now we'll do side bending mountain pose towards the left. Making sure to breathe. Feeling that nice stretch on the side for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And coming back to the middle. So if it is in your practice, we're going to do chair. Just minimize this so it's easier to see. And then we'll do chair pose. So keeping your angle this a little bit better. So we're going to kind of imagine we're going back in the chair, but there's nothing behind us. If you do need a chair, just in case you need that extra support, please feel free to grab one now. In terms of your hand position, you can either bring it to prayer next to you, or you can bring it straight up over your body. And just gonna kind of bend down, imagining that there's a chair behind us, but not sitting down on anything. This does take a lot of strength in your muscles, holding there. And then making sure, actually with the arms up, it might be a lot of tension in the back. So let's just keep the arms kind of more just straight towards the front of the room rather than extending it too high above your head, which might be uncomfortable. And holding chair, making sure we're breathing. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And again, there's modifications. You can have hands to your hips or hands on prayer if you want to do this. Or if you feel it's not in your practice, then just can use a chair to sit down. We'll do another balance pose, tree now. So I invite you to bring your foot off the floor and then decide if you want to keep it either under your knee or if you feel like you want to do an extra balance above your knee. And then again, there's different hands at your hips if that helps, or hands together at prayer. Or let's just grow our tree if you feel like it's in your practice and bring your arms straight up, making sure we breathe. Great job, everyone. And again, you don't have to go off the ground. You can even just bring it to your ankle and hold it there. And again, you're working on balance. Do whatever feels right for you today. Or you can go a little higher. We'll switch over and now just bring our left toes, or the toes on the floor, and now again decide, do you want to just put it next to your ankle a little bit higher, or whatever feels right. Opting to do either hands at prayer or your hands at your side, using the wall for balance. Or you bring your tree and grow it, bring your arms straight up. Again, breathing as we are in our tree pose. It's a wonderful pose to help with balance. Feeling grounded to the earth with the leg that's standing firm. It's okay to be a little wobbly or shake. And then take your time to bring that back down to the ground or mat. So we're gonna do goddess pose. Again, this time the feet a little bit further than hips, hip distance apart. And try to have your poise, point your toes out towards the kind of the side of the room, making sure that you can keep your knees in a nice way that you're not over. Keep them nice and stable. And then keep your arms at your hips. You can bring them to goal pose position. Again, you might feel a nice strengthening of your muscles here in your thighs as we hold this. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly coming out. Shake your legs out if you need. Again, we're just going to come back to our mountain that we started, our standing poses, shoulders relaxed, feet about hip distance apart, feeling rooted and centered, feeling grounded. Taking in the inhale and exhale. Now we're going to slowly transition back to the mat to lie on the floor. We'll be doing bridge pose. If you feel like you need a block or something for support to do restorative bridge, feel free to grab that now. If not, we're gonna make sure our soles of our feet are nicely planted on the floor mat on the ground. And then gently lift up to bridge. Making sure you're breathing. Again, feel free to put a block under your sacrum if you need to rest and do a more relaxed version of this bridge pose. And counting down for 5, 4, see if you can pull up a little bit more. 3, 2, 1. Gently coming back down to the mat. If you want to do that one more time, feel free, just holding it. And then gently back to the mat at your own pace. We're doing next pose we'll practice is a supine down angle. So knees coming out. I'm just going to demonstrate the easier in facing them. So our knees out towards our side and try to keep the soles of your feet together. And then lying back on the mat. This is a really nice kind of opening up your hips and groin area, and just making sure if you need, you can put some mats or block under your knees for support while you're in the supine bound angle. Just remember to breathe. Feeling a nice stretch. It's a great hip opener for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then very slowly, gently bringing your knees together. And bringing your knees to your chest. Feel that. You can do a rocking gently side to side. Massage your lower back. Or just holding it without moving your knees to your chest. Feel that stretch. And if you feel like it's in your practice, I'll invite you to do happy baby, grabbing your feet and kind of rocking side to side on the mat. Again, feeling a nice, gentle massage on your lower back. Awesome job. And then at your own discretion, I'm going to invite you to do whatever feels right before we close practice with Shavasana. So if it's just bringing one knee at a time to your chest, you can do that, holding it there and feeling that good stretch, and gently switching it out. Or if you want to do a longer version of knees to chest or happy baby, I invite you to do that. And now, at your own pace, feel free to grab a blanket or a towel for over your face. I can get some music. We're gonna just end today's practice, hopefully feeling better and more refreshed, feeling the breathing exercise help us relax. If I can pull up the music, we'll do that. If not, we can just do it with quiet. I invite you to lie down on the mat. Feel free to put a bolster under your knees if you need for support. And just close your eyes and relax as we incorporate all we gathered from this practice with just Shavasana in a lying position. Focusing on those slow breaths. When you feel ready, slowly start wiggling your fingers and your toes. Very gently opening your eyes. And if you feel like you like to come out of Shavasana, I invite you to turn over to your right side. Feel free to lie there for a few moments. And then at your own pace, come back to easy seated pose. Thank you for practicing with me today. I hope you all have a lovely week. Namaste.